Hello, Tom Levecchia here with the latest edition of the New Theory podcast. Now, more than likely, you have read the headline. Yes, our guest today has eaten pizza every day for dinner and also for lunch, but every day for dinner religiously for close to 40 years. Quick backstory, I met Mike roughly 10 years ago. We were, again, at a pizzeria, which we'll talk about. And I just came across this guy, and I'm like, hey, Chris mentions you eat pizza a lot, is our buddy. And he goes, yes, I eat it every day for dinner since I was 4. That was 10 years ago. I am out at a social gathering in New Jersey, and sure enough, 10 years pass, and Mike still eats it for dinner. Mike, welcome to the New Theory podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right, so we also have Michelle Brady, who's here with us. She will function as a co-host. She will tap my shoulder when we ask some questions, but let's jump into it. So Mike, I am fascinated with the fact that you eat pizza every day. So give us your first experience with pizza.
It was a long time ago. I don't remember the first slice I ever had. I wish I did.
Oh, okay, so let's just say, how old are you roughly?
I'm 41 now.
Okay, so you're 41 years old. Let's keep it simple. Let's call it 3 or 4 years old. Your parents introduce pizza to you, and then what do you do? Like at that point, they're feeding you. You keep requesting it and turning away other food? How did that work to you as far as you remember?
I think my mom gave in, and every time I said I don't want this or I don't want that, she's like, okay, you don't have to have that. So it must have, because I really don't remember that far back how I ended up eating pizza every day, but that must have been the way it happened.
All right, so let's kind of fast forward a little bit. I am obsessed with this. All right, so you're 8, 9 years old. Fine. Hey, you only eat pizza. My nephew's really picky. My son's really picky. I actually kind of get the whole, hey, I'm just gonna give you this to shut you up. So I actually kind of get that. But let's fast forward to 18 years old. You're 18 years old. You go to the high school, like in the high school cafeteria. You're a senior, or even throughout your high school years. What the hell did you eat at school?
Peanut butter. I used to bring my own.
So this is the trick. Your lunch is peanut butter every day, and your go-to for dinner is pizza pretty much religiously.
Yeah, peanut butter every day. Even in grade school, I go home for lunch, and my mom would make me peanut butter. She put a heart in it. But then I would go to work, and for about 10 years, give or take, I would go to get pizza also every day for lunch. Sometimes, just about every day. And then I went back to peanut butter a few years ago, but I stayed with pizza every day for dinner.
Okay, so Michelle, you got a question? Shoot.
Yeah, when you say peanut butter, was there bread encompassed in that as well, or just the peanut butter?
I have peanut butter on bread every day. Sometimes, like in the summer on weekends, peanut butter on toast. And sometimes if I get a box of crackers with the 4 sleeves, I'll have peanut butter on crackers for a while.
Oh my God, living on the edge.
So it sounds like this is a lot of carbohydrates, and peanut butter is very binding. So can you talk about your bowel movements?
Everything seems fine to me.
All right, so all right, so here's the thing. Okay, so we're on 18 years old-ish. I get the peanut butter during the day, the pizza night. You're a creature of habit. But then you start dating. So hey, you meet a girl at whatever age, 20, 21, and you go on a date. Like, would you deviate on the date and not a pizza, or you brought your date pizza every single time? Walk us through that.
No, there's a lot of good restaurants that have pizza and then like a full menu. So if I know I was going to take a girl out, it wouldn't necessarily be Pizza Hut or Let's Go to Domino's. There's a lot of good restaurants out there that I would say, let's go here because I know they got pizza. And if you want pizza, it's really good. And if not, there's a lot of other stuff.
All right. I am obsessed with this. Okay, so now you're dating. You ask her on a date. Hey, let's go, Jane. Let's go out, right? And she agrees to go out. Do you give her a heads up? Hey, listen, I'm a pizza freak. It's all I eat. Or by the third date, she's like, dude, this is all you eat. How did that kind of work out?
No, I let people know right away. Just I don't want to scare them or.
so articulate. Hey, I only eat pizza for dinner.
Yeah, if we start dating and you want to start going out to eat, then you tell them, look, I only eat pizza. So if we go anywhere, it's going to be a place that has pizza. It doesn't have to be a pizza spot. I knew by the time I started dating, I knew a lot of restaurants where to go.
Okay, Michelle's got a question.
What do you do if she wants to go for sushi?
That's never happened, but there's times where if you're in a serious relationship and, you're dating someone for years, then you say you can get whatever you want, I'll get what I want. We come back to the house for pickup, or, we never really had a date at a fancy restaurant where I just sat there and didn't eat because she wanted to have something specific.
But either way, you still like the pizza. There was no other deviation, right?
Yeah, we would go to a place that would have pizza.
What happens if you're dating someone, she's really hot, you've gone on like 4 or 5 dates, you haven't banged her yet, and she wants you to actually have a bite of salmon or whatever in this Italian restaurant. She's eating chicken parm, and she says, hey, babe, I want you to take a bite of this. It's delicious.
Oh, thank God that never happened.
Never happened?
No, and I guess I wouldn't do it.
All right, so pizza every night for dinner. Yeah. So you got married a year ago. What did you eat on your wedding night?
Pizza.
So did you order in from Franco's, or did you have them make it? What happened?
No, I let them know, and they special request. They made it for me. We had it for the cocktail hour, like a pizza stand, and I had some. And then they came out at our table. They brought pizza for me, and I had it again.
So I can't think this.
I think I had it for lunch.
Wait. Where did you go on your honeymoon?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Before that, I think we got pizza at my parents' house for lunch that day.
Where did you go for your honeymoon?
I could be wrong.
Where did you go?
To Aruba.
Okay, so in Aruba, do you scope out the pizza places in Aruba first, or you get there, they don't have pizza, you leave? How did that work on your honeymoon?
Well, whether it was my honeymoon or anywhere in the last 8 or so years, my wife, whether it was my girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever was going on, she would always look it up. She looked up everything, anywhere we went, in advance, which places have pizza. There was a couple good spots right in the area, walkable.
Jesus, a question?
So in terms of the pizza types, is it plain? Is it margarita? Is there a specific type of pizza? Do you get sausage on the pizza? What are we eating?
I don't have any toppings, but plain pizza, regular, thin crust, margarita, Sicilian, grandma pie, old-fashioned, anything that kind of resembles regular pizza.
What is your favorite pizza of all time? Your favorite spot?
I don't know. If I pick one, I'd have to pick at least Kinchley's and Lido's.
Oh, Lido's, yeah.
And Nelly's. I could probably name 10 more. These
are all Jersey spots, right?
Yeah, all Jersey
spots. How about
spots.
New York City?
New York City, John's Pizza, Grimaldi's, things like that.
Wait, so Chris is like, hey, Mike's coming tonight, and I want to surprise you with the pizza. And I just, thinking you're a pizza guy, and I order you all pepperoni. Do you take them off, or do you not eat it?
No, I wouldn't eat it.
You got a question?
No.
This podcast, we've had politicians on, we had like social activists, actors, CEOs. I actually had a billionaire on. The founder of Priceline was on, one of the founders, and we have Mike, who just has eaten pizza for the last 40 years for dinner. You're by far my best guest. All right, so with that being said, okay, now we got to talk about health. So give us let's start from. And I'm going to put, if it's okay, Mike, we'll take a picture of you. Mike's actually pretty good shape. He's not fat. If anything, I'm a lot fatter than him. I'm probably fatter than most people, but I'm heavier than him, and you're in decent shape. But let's first go through. When did you start out? Did you gain weight? Did you have to stop? What happened with all that?
Well, first of all, pizza's got, I think, 3 of the 4 basic food groups, and I think peanut butter covers that 4th spot. So, no, I've always been in shape, more or less. I mean, I think I look pretty good considering I eat pizza every day and hardly ever went to a gym. I did for a little while. No, it hasn't really been any health issues. My cholesterol and triglycerides or whatever were higher than, I guess, at one point.
Shocker.
Yeah. But in the last couple of years, it went down a little more every time I just got a physical at the end of August, and everything came back very good. And I asked for the numbers specifically and what numbers, should they be, and they gave me the, what should it be in between, and I was good in every category.
All right. So listen, Mike, I love you. You're my favorite guest, but I have to ask you. It's a little weird. Like, what do you say to people if they say to you, "Hey," like if they're front, like, "Hey, Mike, you're a good guy and everything. You're great," but like it's a little weird. Like, what's your answer to them? It's just what you like, or like what's going on?
Why I eat pizza every day?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are, they give me a hard time that I eat pizza every day, and they're married to 60 years and was next to the same person every day. I mean, it's not.
Oh, sorry,
I get it from different places, so it's a nice variety. It's not a big deal. I know some people are, really into going, fine dining, or they're cold foodies or whatever, and they like things. Food, dinner to me is nothing, really that special. It's like you got to eat because you're hungry, and it's how it's always been. I think I've also always pretty much watched the same shows, movies, listened to the same bands, and did the same things for about 40 years. Nothing really changed, so pizza just kind of went along with it.
So let's just say we're drinking a lot of alcohol, right?
Sure.
And you're liquored up.
Yeah.
You're tanked.
And
there's no pizza in sight. Will you eat cheese fries at a diner late night?
No, but if we went to a diner, I could have some toast. I could have a chocolate shake. I mean, there's probably even when diners have like that French toast, 24 hours. So I'm not going to have cheese fries. If that's all that's here or whatever, and then no. I've had French fries.
So you're not married, and
I am married.
No, I'm saying I'm giving you a hypothetical. We're not married. You're not married, and we go out on a date. And I tell you, have you ever seen that movie 9.5 Weeks, the old one with Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger? It's a really sexy movie, and there's a scene from it where you're blindfolded, and there's like food basically surprise given to you. Would you let me surprise feed you?
Oh, that'd be a great YouTube.
No, because 99% chance it's not gonna go well.
All right, so we get it. You've been eating pizza for the last 40 years. Your health seems to be okay. God bless. Sex or pizza? Like, if you had to give one of them up, which would it be?
Well, I guess I'd have to learn to have, cereal for dinner and French toast or pancakes. IHOP's open, so that's not a problem.
So there is a threshold.
Yeah.
So if we were to either make a bet and you lost it, or I put a monetary value, I'm going to give you $10,000 to not eat pizza for 1 month. Could you do it?
Yeah, like for example, let's just say the listeners, I get some emails. I'm in for like $5, $10, and there's like a GoFundMe for X amount of dollars. You would have to have a full, day of meals without pizza. Let's do 1 day first. Let's start off with that, and then go 1 month. What type of dollars are we looking at?
Well, she said 10,000 for 1 month, definitely.
Ooh, maybe we should do a little GoFundMe. So, all right. So tell us. Okay. So listen. Obviously, this is very unique. Tell us about yourself. So, what do you do for a living? And give us a little bit of information about you and your background.
I'm 41. I'm a teacher. I lived in the same small town my whole life with nice pizza places all around. Came up from a very good family. And I don't know. I played sports, all through growing up. I played basketball. I stayed in good shape. And I guess when I got older, I still walked a lot. And I, did things that I guess, I don't know, maybe I have a good metabolism too. But I don't know what else is out there that, you want me to talk about as well.
No. That's more than fair.
Does anyone else in the family have the pizza obsession, or is it just you?
Yeah, good question. Is it just you, or
no? It's just me.
So Chris is over here has a question.
So, Mike, it's not only pizza that I think that you're eccentric about. He also has an uncanny ability in terms of music and his knowledge of music. So I'd like him to talk a little bit about that, too.
Yeah. So, I got to assume it carries over that, focus is on, certain things. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about your music background and what interests you there.
Well, like I said before, everything that I've pretty much done since I've been eating pizza every day. Watch the same shows over and over. Same 80s movies, classic rock, 80s rock. Chris knows, how many bands I know, songs I know by them, their albums, what number they went on the charts, things like that. Up until about 91-ish. And then I like a lot of recent stuff. It's just not popular. Like anything that comes on, your basic channels, I really don't know. But what Chris knows, I know is a lot of different. And same thing with TV and movies. Like a lot of useless information.
So you're like I had a buddy of mine actually can like literally for certain like at Rocky movies, 80 movies, can recite almost any line. So you had that same thing?
Yeah, when it comes to TV shows and movies, I recite lines. Kind of like that HBO show Dream On, when someone says something, some line of a movie always pops in his head, or some scene from a movie. That's how I relate anything that's ever happened to.
Okay, so Michelle?
So what is your favorite movie? And you were to guesstimate how many times you've seen it, what would it be?
I guess there's different types of movies. Like my favorite comedy would be like Dumb and Dumber and things like that. The Caddyshack. Well, there's a whole bunch that I've seen over and over comedy-wise. Star Wars is probably my favorite movie since I was a kid. And if I had to say how many times I've seen the original, probably somewhere between 50 and 100. I'm not even sure where it would land.
So just because I'm very fascinated, just go back to the pizza. Mike and I were talking earlier. So like you're not like from like a pizza family where like your wife makes it or like your mom made it or even like you make it yourself. So like that's the other part too. You just pretty much go out and get it from somewhere every day, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And you said earlier you prefer it fresh, so it's not even like it's frozen in your freezer. You get fresh pizza every day.
Well, it's a good place. A couple of minutes from my house, Joseph's in Hackensack, and they make good personal pies. And if it's in the afternoon, 11:30, 12 o'clock, slices come out fresh if you're going to have it for lunch. Places like that. And if we go to restaurants, it obviously comes out fresh. So, yeah, I like it fresh.
My last question, and this is the part that like I'm fascinated by. How do you just not get sick of it?
I don't know. Just like I guess I don't get sick of anything else that I do just about every day. And there is a variety. I mean, I do have it from one place, more than others. But I don't know. I guess every day I'm just as fascinated as the day before. It's usually a circular pie to triangular slices that comes in a square box.
Yeah, I love it. It's like it's a Groundhog Day of pizza.
Like Groundhog Day.
That's fascinating. So, Michelle, thank you for being co-host. It's actually only second or third time I had a co-host on the show. Mike, thank you for being on the New Theory podcast. And any parting words for fellow pizza enthusiasts? What kind of pizza advice do you give when you're trying to get a good slice?
Just sometimes you find them by accident. One of my best friends found a great place down the shore by accident. So if you're driving, stop for a slice, and you never know, you might find a really good spot.
Do you remember the spot down the shore and where?
Zachary's Tavern in Long Branch.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I would never think down the shore because the water's crappy down there. Oh, actually, wait. Most important question. Do you think there's a difference between New York pizza and Jersey pizza, and which is better?
New York or New Jersey?
Yeah.
I find them both good. There's only a few spots out in different areas that I found really good, but I have New Jersey so much, and there's so many places. I mean, there's a few really good places in New York. There's a Grimaldi's, John's, things like that.
Yeah.
But there's so many New Jersey pizzas I had my whole life. I would go in New Jersey.
Now, but like, real quick, so like, but you're not like an enthusiast in a sense where you're not going to L&B Spumoni, you're not going to DeFaria's in Brooklyn. You don't like necessarily like go out to famous pizza spots. You just freaking love pizza, like, right? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, every time someone knows that I eat pizza every day, they always bring up a place. Oh, have you had this? I like Brooklyn pizza a lot. Chris brought up Star Pizza. I went there. It was very good. So, I mean, if someone tells me about it, and now that I have GPS, I can get there without stopping at 7 gas stations and asking. Yeah, I mean, I'll try them. We went actually to a few places, over the years, and so has, a bunch of other people told me different places over the years. Woodstone now in Rochelle Park's very good. I mean, there's so many of them that I've, just willing to go just because, you're in the area, and sometimes people tell me and recommend it.
Love it.
But I just love pizza.
And like, have you like? I'll get to the show in a second. Have you like, because this is like fucking unique? Sorry. Like, is it like? Are you known? Like, has this like any? Like, am I the first source of media to pick this up? Like, I met you and I was fascinated 10 years ago. Are you like is there like pictures of you on a wall anywhere? Like, or are you just like a DL pizza fanatic?
Yeah, nobody. I think you get more excited than anyone I've ever met about the topic, but
Justifiably so.
Yeah. No. I mean, a couple places know me definitely by face and name because of how many times I've gone there, but nobody outside the pizza community really.
I'm obsessed. Okay, Michelle, is the question?
So let's just say it's a life or death situation where you're a survivor and you're on a deserted island, obviously, and you're stranded. There's a plane crash, whatever the case may be. Are you saying you'd opt to die because of no pizzas there?
I've worried about that many times. I guess in that situation, I guess you have to eat what's available. But I'm not going to go on any of those shows or anything and not eat, pizza when I can stay home and just call up and pick it up every day.
Now, we're going to conclude, but before we conclude, what if you have a child where all they want to do is eat one thing? Is that okay with you?
Well, I guess I'm not the person that says, no, you can't, and then they look at you and say, but you do, so I guess I'm going to have a hard time, but I'm going to have to go along with it.
Oh, man. So, okay, we have one more question.
I'm hoping when you have offspring, one of them is going to be called Margarita, or it's going to be named after some kind of pizza, right? I would assume.
I never thought of that. I got to start now, I guess, Googling some good, ideas.
I love it. So listen, Mike, thank you for being on the podcast. Michelle, thanks, Chris, for hosting us. We'll put this live. And Mike, I got to tell you, I got to make it 10 years ago. And I was like, that's a dude who eats pizza every day. And you didn't deviate it. So, I got to give, and my hat's off to you for your dedication to pizza. So thanks. This is the New Theory Podcast signing off. Oh, my God, that's fucking epic. That is epic.
Well,
yeah, that's epic. That's good shit.
Good.